specifically wanted to interview you today is for new DEKA owners or DEKA owners that haven't cracked that code. Maybe they haven't cracked into those triple digits yet.
I go to every gym and I'll go ask them if I can put up a flyer. And it's not about me branding at there. I won't even put a brand. I would just put the date, the time, and show up. I'll give them some free codes. To
participants in a DEKA event. You got to talk about that, Pete. What in the world's going on, man?
That's right. Yeah. Ricardo's rules of resilience. Tune in, people. Every episode is impactful. You become more burly just by listening. Let's go.
You have a bunch of vendors and sponsors with food and you have entertainment. People want to hang out there all day. You get some spectators that are watching it and like, hey man, sign me up. This looks like fun. So we do it in a public place.
We're going to get to those plans. That's definitely part of what we're going to talk about. But, for the other gym owners, because, part of the reason I specifically wanted to interview you today is for new DEKA owners or DEKA owners that haven't cracked that code. Maybe they haven't cracked into those triple digits yet. One of the keys you're saying is huge for you is connecting with the community and other gyms. So
for sure.
Give us a little how-to on that, because we know gym owners can be a little parochial and kind of territorial, and I don't know about that. It wasn't my idea, so I don't know if I want to do that. How are you able to get around all that?
I think it is just natural. You're a little timid. It was like going to other gyms but you gotta take that chance, and it's not only you. If you really want this thing to grow, it's like having McDonald's and Burger King on the same corner, on every street corner. It's you want your competition close, because then it just becomes who does it better. It becomes who does it better. And if you're confident in your services and your systems, then don't worry. It's good to have them there so they come and see how it's done. So I don't even worry anymore. I go to every gym and I'll go ask them if I can put up a flyer. And it's not about me branding at there. I won't even put a brand. I'll just put the date, the time, and show up. I'll give them some codes, some free codes to come. Don't use them on yourselves. Put them at other places to where then it multiplies. Once a couple of them start signing up, or once you get the owners or the coaches in, then it starts multiplying on itself. And I guarantee you, it will explode. And that's when it exploded to us. We were a little timid, back when we first started. But the minute we started offering it to the other places, and I'll tell you what, Ricardo, there's other affiliates in town. Nobody puts on events anymore because they tried a few times, and then people compare them to ours. And they don't compare because we do it really, really well. So I think you have to cherish what every other gym's got. We're all in this same game. There's plenty of people. There's plenty of members for everybody. Okay? Just be excellent at what you do. Put on a hell of an event. You worry about your systems being organized, giving them all the little extras. We give them the awards. We have an award ceremony. We give them a patch, or we'll give them something to commemorate that they won a race. So we'll have the event so people come and cheer on whatever gym they're from.
Yeah.
We go all out. And I think people appreciate that, and it takes on a life of its own. And I guarantee you guys will have success with that.
I've had a very similar conversation, if not the same conversation, with people when they're talking about the zone of protection. Is it 3 miles? What is it? How big can it be? And I understand that. Everybody loves a monopoly. I mean, that's why there's laws against it. The zone of protection is really what you're saying. It's how good are you? That's our zone of protection. Your zone of protection is, are you putting on the best event anybody goes to? Are they having a great time? Are your judges well trained, right? Are your people friendly? Are they taking care of them? Are they genuinely glad to see them? You know, are they getting maybe a cold towel around their neck, or, you know, a help up, or, you know, what are the little extras you're talking about? Is it a patch or recognition, you know, like you're saying, even recognizing that this gym came to your event instead of being threatened by that. That is your zone of protection, is just being the best around that everybody wants to come to.
Honestly, I wouldn't even care if they parked next door, you know, be my neighbor. I'm so confident that we put on the best events that it would only help us. And help them too. You know, I don't believe in, like, we can't handle everybody. We're not for everybody. I'm here to help as many people as I can. Don't get me wrong. You know, I want every member I can get. But I think that type of thinking will set you back. You know, you got to just be the best. You know, just like any other business in the world. I think if you are the best at what you do, people notice that and will eventually gravitate to you.
I agree. We can be for a lot of people, but one size doesn't fit all. There's plenty of room in here, and no matter the size of your town or your county, you know, I mean, your gym ain't going to fit them all.
Exactly. You know, and you're right. People like different flavors, you know, and maybe they're my member for a while. They go test out, you know, and I always like, okay, you know, that's fine. I know you're going to come back to me because you're never going to get the kind of service what we do for you. My coaches are the best in my opinion. My facility is the best in my opinion. And I think eventually they come back, and once they compared you, they become even better members because, you know, they went and experienced something that was not on par with you, and they come back and, okay, now they appreciate you more. All those little things that you do for them. And so, you know, I come back to it. No matter what business you're in, just be the best. You know, do your best, be the best, and people notice.
And that mindset has taken you from 30 at your DEKA event to 10 of whom are your staff or whatever.
Exactly.
It went from the Bodify Office Olympics to squad intramurals.
Yep.
To now, then you broke at triple-digit ceiling. That's a fun one. Then you exploded, pushing that 200. And then your most recent event, and participants in a DEKA event. You got to talk about that, Pete. What in the world's going on, man?
It was.
You know, by the way, I thought I was big stuff because we hit 190 and we hit 195, and I was like, woo, we really did something. Man, you did that before lunch. You were just going.
Well, I appreciate it. It's, yeah, you are big stuff. I've heard about it. I heard about it. But it was really there. It was kind of stuck at, I had a couple that were about 170. Then we hit like 190, and we just missed 200 one time. And I was like, oh, I know I could get it. You know, I was so close. I was pissed. Yeah. Man. And there was still, like, when we closed it, I knew we could probably sell a few more. So I was like, there's something here so I targeted teams. I really pushed teams a lot because obviously you can go through them faster. You can put more people on the course, and you're knocking out 2 people at one time. And I noticed, like, sometimes people will do singles in the morning and then give them a few hours, then they'll come do doubles again because it's not, you know, it's not DEKA Fit and it's not a High Rocks. It's a DEKA Strong, DEKA Mile. And then we were like, what if we do a DEKA Mile and a DEKA Strong on the same day? So we start off with a DEKA Mile and then give them a little break. You know, we have the DJ, we have this, we transition into DEKA Strong, and we'll knock that out. And maybe some people will do 2 or 3 races. So that's what really turned it up for us, is exactly that happened. They're having fun. You're not killing them with the workout. They can recover in time. You have a bunch of vendors and sponsors with food, and you have entertainment. People want to hang out there all day. You get some spectators that are watching it and like, hey man, sign me up. This looks like fun. So we
Yeah.
do it in a public place, you know, we're at a local park, and people just walk up and like, hey man, sign me up. So it just kind of grew on itself, and we hit those next, 50 more people just with that
Yeah.
concept, and that's what really turned it for us, is we put strong and mile on the same day and just run it well and smooth, have enough lines to where we could do it. We were running 5 lines at this last event. So, and I'm telling you, it's going to continue to grow, Ricardo.
Yeah.
It's going to continue to grow. I think I could have sold more, I think we could have done some more work on our marketing and stuff, and maybe hit a higher number. So we got some big goals for this year.
Man, oh man, there's a big one coming up here in a second. But just for those that are listening to this and thinking about that, part of your culture now has become, 2, 3 races. I ask people and I'm like, hey, you gonna do a teams race? Oh, I already ran a single. What, you got COVID? What do you mean you only racing once? What are you talking about? That's crazy.
For sure, absolutely.
Races once. Are you getting married later today? I don't get it.
Yeah, come on, man. You got plenty of energy, for sure.
Run 2 or 3 times. I mean, a typical DEKA strong.
Yeah.
There's some people 15 minutes or less, but 80%
Right.
of the people are going to be between 18 and 22 minutes. And some will be 25 or 30, but still, even if it's 25 or 30 minutes, they come to your facility, they're working out 50 minutes at least.
For sure.
Right? So you definitely got 2 races in you.
Oh, everybody does. Everybody can handle, 2 to 3 races. I mean, that's the beauty of DEKA, to be honest with you. It's not going to kill you, Even if you're super competitive and you go zone 5 the whole thing, and it's, give yourself a little bit of time, you recover, you can knock out a teams event,
For sure.
or go from strong to mile. I mean, even with DEKA mile, it's not even, we're not talking about super long time that you're under stress. Yeah. So you're definitely, and then the way we do it, we got like some of our vendors are actually like therapy places and massage places. So we're doing massages in the corner and getting ice baths and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's not hard to talk people into it once they get the vibe, and again, the music's going. It's a cool event. It's visually, it looks nice. My staff and volunteers have been doing this for a while, so they're treating people great, cheering people on. Spectators are really, adding to the vibe. We try to encourage as many spectators as possible and make the course very spectator friendly. And that's important too, because that's your marketing. That's marketing for the next one, is your spectators that are putting everything on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and you know what? That's where all the marketing for the next races are coming from, is all those people bragging to their kids, bragging to their parents, bragging to their loved ones that they just did some cool stuff. So be diligent with that as well.
So man, we got the ice bath, we got the food trucks, the DJ, in which I'm looking forward to it, because you said I'm invited to something big you got going on in November. Let's hear about the next big project, Pete.
Absolutely. So we got, I got a couple of events we booked at our local soccer stadium, professional soccer stadium. So it's a huge place, and we are already booked it. We're ready to go. So November, we are doing a DEKA Mile, DEKA Strong event. My goal is 500, Ricardo.
500.
I'm going for 5. I'm making a big jump. I'm gonna get 8 to 10 lines going, and we're gonna knock it out, man. I'm super pumped about it. We're already starting our marketing for it, and I'm trying to get people not only from Laredo, Texas, but I'm trying to pull from, I got a couple big cities that are all within about two hours away from me. So that's my next target, is really attacking my marketing and ads. I'm here on the border, so I got Monterrey, Mexico is a couple hours away from me, so I'm going after them. I'm going after the Valley here in Texas. I'm going for San Antonio. More Corpus Christi. I'm hitting up all these big cities, and I'm gonna, we're gonna knock it out of the park with this one, man. The
El
setup.
500. What are we going to call this? El
uh,
500.
there you go. It's all right, Ricardo, pulling out the Spanish. I love it. It's visually gorgeous stadium, and it's going to be so spectator friendly. And that won't be our first event there this year, so I'm really going to amp it up with with our marketing on our first one, which is going to be in the summer. So our first event, which is going to be a smaller event, but not too much smaller. I'm still going to attack, And,
Yeah.
if I can do 250 to 300 at that one with 5 lines, then I'm really going to attack the November one as well. But I'm going to get a lot of my marketing materials with that one. And we kind of talked to this place about, setting up a series to where we're going to have 3 events there this year, 2026. And that's the goal, man. I have a 2027 goal that I've kind of mentioned to you as well.
Yeah.
But for 2026, that November one is going to be insane. So you guys that are kind of in the area, I'm going to start my marketing now. Hit me up. Ricardo's going to be there. I know Ricardo, and we're going to make a show and put it on.
So here's the thing, you and I have talked about a different format that'll make it worth a plane trip to, because that's just just about a month from Worlds, right? We're just a few weeks from Worlds, so it'd be a great chance to practice. And you're talking about having a face-off format where you could race against people your own age group. What a perfect dry run for Worlds. Make sure
Absolutely.
your pacing's on. You're going to be against other people your own age, not just random heats. This could be worth a plane ticket. As a matter of fact, I'm sure I'll have some of my own personal clients that'll be there for this.
For sure. It's look, I was at Worlds last year. It's a hell of an event. If you qualify, go do it, man. I mean,
definitely.
You never know when you're going to get it again. So take advantage. Get on a plane, go to that fun place, make a weekend out of it. But you're right. When you're competing against people that are in your own age group and that are going to push you, that's when the times come down, is when that competitive spirit goes, and you're, towing the line, just imagine you got 10 people going against you. You're all in similar, shape, that's when you push, and that's when you know what you're made of. And I love that idea, and I'm embracing it, and I think we're going to have a really successful time with that. Plus, you're getting ready for that same vibe that Worlds is going to bring.
That's right.
That big, stadium-like feel with that kind of spectators.
All the nerves.
Yeah, man, you got to practice that.
That's right.
We have a class that kind of coaches hybrid racing here at Bodify, and that's part of it. I got to teach you guys how to compete, because you don't want to show up on race day with all those nerves and let it get you, because we've all been
have the most amazing 3 stations you've ever had.
Exactly. You burn it all up in those couple stations, or it beats you at the beginning. I've seen that happen too.
Yes.
Some people just let it get in their heads, and it totally takes them out of their game, and they start racing somebody else's race instead of their own race. And you guys that have ever competed, we probably all had that moment, where you start racing a little too fast, too early, and you burn up there at the end, and you kick yourself in the butt after.
That is the worst feeling, when you know you were ready, you just gave it too early and had nothing left to give at the end. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a dumb mistake. We've all probably made it. Anybody that's competed, you're trying to compete with that guy, and you don't know what he's feeling. He's probably dying too, and you're both just killing each other, there at the beginning, and he just might have a little bit more than you at the end. And I've been there. I've done it. And you kick yourself at the end, especially in these big races. So come practice. Come get it out of your
Don't
system.
do it at Worlds. Do it in
Don't
Texas.
Do it at Worlds. Exactly.
Yeah.
And make Worlds your A race, and go kick ass, and maybe win a championship. Go jump on that podium.
Yeah, meet those goals. Well, tell me, Pete, if people want to get more Bodify or more Pete signs in their life, how would they do it?
Well, you can go to our website, bodifyfitness.com. We are on Facebook and Instagram, Bodify Fitness, and or me, it's at Spartan _PS3. Bodify is BODIFY, body modify, crunch together.
Yeah.
Bodify. So definitely hit me up, you know, even if it's just for a conversation, if you want to talk about your DEKA events or anything else fitness or anything else business, to be honest with you. Like I said, I've been doing this for a very long time, and if I could help somebody not make some of the mistakes that I made, I'm all for helping business owners and entrepreneurs, for sure.
And that's coming from the voice of an accountant who's not just helped his own business, but many other businesses as well. And you know, you probably wouldn't have your feelings hurt if they were dropping you a line to say, hey, see you in Laredo for that big race this November.
I love that, you know, and please come down, you know, and we'll have a big party for everybody that comes in out of town. We do throw some nice parties. We got some great Mexican food down here. So
Woo!
who doesn't love some tacos? And we'll treat you right. But yes, come practice. We'll get ready for Worlds together. We'll throw on a huge event, and imagine 10 lines going, people competing, sweating, cheering each other on. I'm telling you, this drug that Yancey talks about, it's real.
We're gonna have bucket loads of it that day.
Absolutely, man, for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Pete. I really appreciate you taking time to share with us, and for that incredibly generous offer for people to reach out. I know that there's going to people who need to have that conversation. It's going to benefit them. Well, Thank you for listening to Ricardo's Rules of Resilience, the podcast that gives you the tools to withstand and recover from difficulties. Be resilient.